Well, it's gotten a little sunnier today, but I wanted to sit down while you're looking at chickens, if you can see them through there, talk about something that comes up every so often on the different homesteading channels. And a few of them have mentioned something about it lately, so what I'm going to do is a response. I guess you call it a video response. Excuse me. To to them all, I guess. I'm not picking on anybody. So the question is, are you a homesteader first or a prepper first? It's a fair question. I consider myself a homesteader first, though we do some preps. Some of the reasons that I consider myself a homesteader first is because I'm developing gardens and grazing fields. I've only got 3 acres here, but we can move our goats around, and I'm hoping eventually to get various paddocks fenced in, so we can also move the pigs around uh, and keep all their grazing fresh by moving them from paddock to paddock. We grow the second reason number 2, we grow small livestock, pigs, goats, chickens. Soon we're going to have rabbits and fish. All we've got in our tank right now is minnows, but they help. But we want to add actual fish we can eat to add an extra form of protein to our diet and something a little different. We do have an aquaponics tank, and as soon as we get the tubing, we'll put the new pump in it. It'll run on solar, just like we did before, though the other pump gave up on us. So we're going to get that set up, and I'll do a complete video about that whole aquaponics setup in the future soon. Fourth reason, we have raised bed gardening, but it's not our only gardening. I'm growing in the ground. I'll be growing aquaponics. I'm going to set up some hugelkultur. We're going to have some diversity to our gardening, because I think, who knows what this summer will bring. And one method of gardening may work out better than another one. So we're just going to do all kinds of things and see what works out good this year. And it may not be the same for next year, so we're going to have everything ready so we can continue to do that year after year. Like I said, the in-ground gardening. We're setting up some of our permaculture, and it's very, very small right now. But as we go along, we'll be expanding on the permaculture, because that's crops that practically take care of themselves and come back year after year without having to replant them or anything like that. So we're going to get that going. The only thing I've got right now is really asparagus. But we'll be adding more asparagus, strawberries, fruit trees, things like that. 7, food preservation. Through canning, dehydrating, and fermenting. I'm going to also want to learn how to salt, cure, and smoke meats to keep them in a different form. Number 8, seed saving. Everything I'm going to grow is going to be open pollinated so that I can save the seeds. Once you have a good storehouse of seeds, you can continue gardening year after year. And that's, people who are prepping a lot, they're stockpiling food and freeze-dried stuff and bullets and all that kind of stuff, and there's nothing wrong with that. It'll get you through for a while. But if you don't have a way for your food to reproduce itself in the ground or in containers, then eventually your stockpiles of freeze-dried food will run out. They last a long time, but if you eat them, they don't last very long, do they? So, my my goal is to have my stockpile be in seeds that I can grow and collect more seeds and still have a crop that we can eat. Number 9 on my list is that we're off-grid. Now, are we completely independent of every kind of source of energy? No. We still have to put gas in our car, in our truck. We still have to put gas in our generator that we use at night. And I still have to use propane because my cabin just isn't large enough for a wood stove in there. And it would be pretty harsh through the summertime to have wood cooking. So that's the way it's going to be for now. However, I am very skillful at cooking outdoors on the grill, and we're going to build an outdoor cooking area with concrete blocks and things like that with grates on them, and a way to cook and can outdoors if we can't get propane. Number 10, we do some fishing, and we've got rabbits around us right here on our old land. Oh, crazy pigs. Rabbits around us on our land, so that's one source, or two sources. Hunting and fishing are two sources that we can do. Now, do we do it all the time? No. Is there a chance that if SHTF happened, that people would hunt animals and fish out lakes to practically extinction? Yeah, which is this fault goes back to raising my food, raising chickens, things like that. Now 11 is kind of a bonus, and that's foraging. Now, I'm not the biggest expert in the world on food foraging, but I know some things. And I recognize some really useful plants, and you can go back through my videos and see some of those plants that I've foraged and cooked, and I've even canned some. So I do have that going for me. And we have blackberries, wild blackberries growing all around us. So this spring, when those come out, we're going to be picking them, and I'm going to have to go ahead and can some up, probably as jam, because that's pretty wonderful. And then I'll probably can some in just a sugar syrup so that we can make pie with them. Doesn't that sound good? Blackberry pie. Yeah. Okay, the life that we live, it's not for everyone. We're out in the country. We don't have grid power coming here. It probably could be brought in. There's a light pole out here. But whoever was here before, as I've said in previous videos, they really messed things up. And I'm thinking that they figured out a way to steal power from the light company, because the light company then, not only did they pull the meter, they also turned off the contact part that's up by the top of the pole, and they cut the electrical wires that go to here. So, they really made it impossible for anybody else to steal power, which is not our intention at all. However, getting everything set back up would be beyond crazy for us, because now we have some small solar, which we will be adding to. I'm going to add batteries first, and then I'll start adding more solar power. I can't do it all at once. I'm not going to ever have probably 4,000 watts of power or whatever. It's probably always going to be, probably the most we'll have here later on will be 1,000 watts, if even that. But one good thing is that our well pump runs on its own small solar setup. It's a little 10-watt panel, small battery, charge controller, the whole works. And it's a 12-volt deep well pump. And it's been going, well, I think in a couple of months it'll be a year. It's been going 10 months at least. We've used it every single day. and it works like a charm. So I'm real happy with that. And that's how we get our water. Uh, we do want to set up a water catchment system, a rain catchment system, so we can water the animals and the gardens without using the pump. But like all good things, it's baby steps, small steps at a time. But I feel pretty good about what we've done so far. Anyway, if you have a response, let me know in the comments, or do a video response, and tell me what your idea of homesteading and prepping is. We don't have a boatload of bullets. We have a couple of guns. And we will be adding to our ammo stockpiles, but we're not going to add ammo and sacrifice food and water and shelter. That just can't happen. So anyway, tell me what you think. Let me know. And thanks for watching.